I am so glad that you decided to come to another session, and today we're going to be talking about conflict resolution. There was a time in my life, and I'm sure it's going to happen again in the future, where one day I found myself negotiating for sex. Now, understand that I've negotiated with sex for many years. You know, you buy dinner, you buy clothes, you go out to certain events. It's just part of the deal. Well, one day I found myself in the bedroom negotiating for sex, and I wasn't very happy, and it did not turn out well. So, where I'm going with this is that relationships are a series of compromises and also adventures. You know, we typically talk about conflict and the typical 5 ways that we react to conflict are competing, collaborating, compromising, avoiding, and accommodating. Now, which one of those 5 are the ones that where you actually get the conflict resolved? Not just kicking the can down the road, not just rolling over and playing dead. You know, we're right. It is collaborating and compromising. That's what it's all about. So what we need to understand is that if we are feeling conflicts, you know, I've had it in relationships where the relationship wasn't going very well and the relationship still had trust, but it just it was not a happy thing. There was lots of conflict and it pretty much destroyed the relationship. So, you know, you can work on some things and you can work on them a long period of time, and some of them just, you're not going to be able to resolve those conflicts. So we need to, as men, if we want to have high performance in the bedroom, we need to be, you know, thinking happy thoughts. We need to be sexually excited. If we have all this resentment and anger and high blood pressure when we go into the bedroom, it's not going to work. If we have emotions that are very high emotions that distract us from what we're supposed to be doing in the bedroom, guess what? It's a conflict, and that's not going to work. So part of good conflict resolution is, you know, visualizing what it is that you want to have and what's the outcome. You have to go in with a plan. You've got to concentrate on constructive behavior and the facts and good interaction. Emotional intelligence, in other words. You know, you need to have a plan of action. How are you going to approach it? What kind of things are you going to say? You know, you need to rehearse this. You know, if it's a big conflict, then you need to definitely be rehearsing it, because you want to apply techniques of conflict resolution. You want to apply techniques of negotiation, of compromise. Those are all excellent opportunities in order to be able to get this ball to move forward. And then we need to be reinforcing what it is the end goal is. What is the desire that we want to have? What is the positive outcome? What are the benefits to all the parties? And if there are no benefits to all the parties, then why are we even talking about this conflict? You know, we need to then rehearse it, and then once we've rehearsed it, what areas can we improve upon? How can we make it a better understanding? What are the compromises? And where did we come together? You know, we as humans do not have role models or people that are in our lives that are mentors that can help us with these conflict and conflict resolution. It just doesn't happen. And what does happen is our relationships get destroyed. And we stop living. We stop having sex. We are then shut down. And that's not really what we need to be doing. You know, we need to be looking outside of ourselves. You know, we need to be understand that it's not a lose-lose or a win-win. It's everybody working together. You know, are we intimidated by it? Do we lose our voice? Are we accommodating? These are not good conflict resolution, because all it does is just build up, It becomes a monkey on your back, and that's not very healthy. And then the marriage starts to separate. You know, the voices aren't heard. The behaviors and attitudes start to change. You know, we need to be looking at emotional intelligence. We need to be going to counselors, Reiki healing, Kabbalah healing. And then we'll get to the actual root of the problem. There are 5 different ways or routes for conflict. And, you know, teasing out each one helps you get to conflict resolution. There's miscommunication. I can't tell you how many times There was a miscommunication because I wasn't on the same page or standing in the same room, or I was distracted and I was talking about this when miscommunication. We've all done it. You know how it works. Second thing, personality type. There are definitely some people in my life that I just don't want to be around. And I'm allowed to have that opinion. And that's on me, though. If I constantly go into a situation where this person is, I'm just spiting myself, and I'm not a happy camper. So we need to understand what personality types we like and which ones we just don't really are fond of. And then we have differing values, the way that we spend money, how often do we have sex, the way that we treat other people, how do we value marriage, how do we value physical objects, how do we value our health, our bodies. These are all very important things, and they get tangled in with this miscommunication and also conflict. All right. The other thing is opposing objectives. Now, this particular example that I'm going to use is where one individual in the relationship felt that education was very, very, very important, and the other person said, just drop out, don't go to school, it's a waste of your time, it has no impact in your life. Well, you can see that that's opposing objectives of getting a child off to a school with a sound background and the tools they need to succeed. And those tools have changed in the past 10 years, even within the 5 years. And then the other thing is there's differences in the method that we use in order to get to the objective that we want. How many times have you been sitting there and somebody, in the car, somebody next to you says, oh, we need to go this way. Oh, we need to do that. Oh, you need to slow down. Well, yeah, that's conflict, and it's definitely going to happen because one person doesn't want to do that. The other person does, and you can see that that creates a conflict. So what we're looking for is, if we understand what causes these conflicts, then we are more open to some of the conflict resolutions. And again, if you're serious about it, go ahead and comment. I'm here, I'm available, and I can talk to you. I'm not Ann Landers or whatever that other columnist is, but I can definitely get you to the point where we can definitely resolve conflict. The only ones that I have difficulty with are personality conflicts. I mean, if you hate your brother, you hate your mother, you don't like drug addicts, hey, I get that. And you need to have boundaries, and I believe that's very respectful. So what I want you to do is I want you to now, after you finished watching this, to go ahead and comment. Commit. Let me know how your conflicts, not only in your marriage, but your workplace and your friends and your family, how does that all go together? Because let me tell you, if it doesn't go together and you always have conflict, then you're going to be worried, you're going to be stressed, you're going to have a heart attack, have a stroke. It's not pleasant. Go ahead. You have a great day. I look forward to talking to you.